I'm Tina Beth Pena from CUNYTV, and on behalf of the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, I'd like to welcome the graduating class of 2021, their family and friends, school faculty and staff, and today's honored guests to this virtual celebration of SLU graduates. After having spent more than a year in this pandemic, isolated from most of our friends and family, we had all hoped that this year's celebration might finally be in person. Sadly, that's still not possible. But today, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and each of you will soon be heading out into a world that desperately needs your dedication to public service and social justice more than ever. We're all truly grateful for that dedication and know that each of you will go on to do great things. Congratulations, graduates. We are in awe of your hard work and accomplishments, particularly after this past year. This celebration is for you. And now, it's my privilege to introduce today's Grand Marshal, Stephanie Luce.
Welcome to the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies graduation, and congratulations to the classes of 2020 and 2021. My name is Stephanie Luce, and I'm a faculty member here at the School of Labor and Urban Studies. Graduation is always a bittersweet time for us as the faculty and staff, because we're so sad to see you leave, but we're really proud of all that you've accomplished. This year has been more bittersweet than usual. It's such a tough year for all of us, but some more than others. And we know many of you are on the front lines, taking care of the city, making it run, doing your part to make it through this horrible pandemic. Some of you got sick, and some of you even lost loved ones and coworkers. But you stuck with it. You showed up for your Zoom classes. You made time to write and read and debate about big ideas. And you helped us strategize about how, not just to get through this tough year, but how to build a better world. We're living in such momentous times. With all this economic and political and climate uncertainty, there are many out there who are trying to make us blame one another for the problems of the world. They try to blame immigrants. They try to pit workers against each other. They try to blame other countries and make us prepare for war. But we know there's another path, a path that is built on multiracial democracy, on racial justice, on solidarity. And that is the world that we at the School of Labor and Urban Studies have worked to build, and the world that many of you have been engaged in as well. We're so proud of all that you have done and very excited for your futures. Thank you for your passion and your commitment. Thank you for being part of our community, and congratulations to all the graduates.
Good evening. My name is Greg Mancios, and I'm the Dean of the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, and it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2021 commencement ceremony. We were hoping to celebrate our graduates at a grand in-person event this year, but here we are again meeting virtually, hopefully virtually for the last time. But no matter, however we are meeting, this is a momentous occasion. You, the class of 2021, have worked long and hard especially this past year and a half, to reach this very auspicious moment. I extend my warmest congratulations to you and to the families and friends who have supported you along the way. Behind your efforts stands a magnificent faculty and staff. I want to thank them for their extraordinary dedication to our students and our school. Thanks for giving your all through thick and thin. We'll be recognizing one very special member of our staff later tonight. Although for New Yorkers, the threat of COVID is less this year than last, we are still operating in a pandemic world. Some of us are still coping with personal illness and loss. Our hearts go out to you who are still suffering. At the same time, some good has come of this terrible period. The pandemic has taught us some valuable lessons, and we have reasons for hope. One thing we've learned is that leadership counts. And it counts on every level, from the White House to city government, to our unions and workplaces, to the communities where we live and raise our families. We know how important leadership is from bitter experience, years of failed leadership at the top levels of government that have resulted in a health crisis like no other in our lifetime. The resurgence of violent racism, growing economic and social inequality, and ultimately, an assault on democracy itself. We have learned also that advocacy and grassroots activism count as much as leadership. It is my hope that our students, especially the class of 2021, are well prepared on both counts. The challenges ahead are daunting. We have to fight for a healthcare system that is available to everyone in our society, rich or poor, immigrant or native born. We have to put our whole hearts into the fight against race, hatred, and discrimination of every kind, against women, the LGBTQ community, and immigrants. We cannot tolerate sexual harassment of any kind. We have to defend the right to vote for everyone and the right to a safe and clean environment for everyone. And that's just a short list. The point is, we have to be engaged, whether it is the workplace or in our communities. For some of us, it means participating in movements for social justice. For others, it's participating in the political system. For many of us, it's both. The bottom line is that we can help to create and implement a humane and equitable public policy if we do our part. And here's where hope comes in. The pandemic, which has torn apart the fabric of daily life, has made it impossible for us to look away from the social and economic injustice that has put people of color, the poor, and the working class across the globe at greatest risk. What gives me hope more than anything else is that the resistance to inequality has come from young people, people of color, activists from the LGBTQ community, those who have been traditionally disenfranchised in our society. It's true whether we are looking at the Black Lives Matter movement or the surge in the interest of electoral politics. That's not to say that there isn't a role for the older generation. Just look at what's coming out of the White House these days. These are bold new proposals, and they are in response to the upsurge of political activity from the ground level up. I believe our students, especially the class of 2021, who we celebrate tonight, are well prepared to take the challenge ahead. At the School of Labor and Urban Studies, students learn in a humanistic environment where knowledge, ideas, practical skills become the tools for social change, and where a moral compass is the guide. Every day, someone from this school and this university, someone like you, is out there changing the world in ways both big and small. You can be that person. You have the knowledge, the skills, and the motivation. You can be a change agent and a change leader. If you weren't already committed to public service and passionate about social justice when you first came to SLU, we sure hope you are fired up now. Congratulations to the SLU class of 2021.
solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
Before we continue today's celebration, we'd like to pause and remember all of those in our lives that we lost this past year. Their absence today is sorely felt. Please join us in a moment of silence.
Hi everybody, congratulations to each of you. This has been a long journey. You might have dealt with hardship and some of you are missing loved ones, but you have turned the pain into determination to push yourself to the finish line. We are so proud of you. And we hope that your experience with us continue growing and expanding beyond today, because we will never let you go. You are part of our vibrant alumni community now, and we are all so excited to have you. So please, when you see Laura Meltzer, or if Laura Meltzer reaches out to you, please join the alumni community, and see you soon.
The graduates, congratulations on a job very well done. Now comes the hard part, using your degree to empower the lives of people who will never get one. You've done this, so I know you can do that. Congrats on a job well done.
Hey SLU graduates, I'm so proud of you. You've worked so hard and you've learned so much, and you're ready to do such good in the world with your education. Congratulations. It was an honor to teach you and to support you. I wish you all the best in this next phase of your journey. Please, please stay in touch and consider us home.
Greetings, saludos everyone, and thank you, Dean Mancios. It is an honor to help celebrate the very special students who make up the third graduating class of the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. I know that at all times, and especially in these extraordinary times, you stand tall as you represent the industries, agencies, and services that keep this city running under any circumstances. Your efforts are central towards city success, your work is vital, and all of us are rooting for your future success. On behalf of the entire CUNY community, I am thrilled to extend my congratulations to you all. Let me begin with an acknowledgement and a salute. When you arrive at this university to begin your first class, You could not have imagined the events that would reshape our world and reconfigure your college journey for these last 2 academic years. I know this isn't the graduation ceremony that any of us could have imagined, perhaps even when we started the academic year back in August. But even without a procession in caps and gowns, nothing can diminish the importance of this occasion. It is not possible to understate the scale of your accomplishment and the admiration I have for all of you. I am so proud and honored to salute the class of 2021 and to express my appreciation for the faculty, staff, and families who play such a pivotal role in helping each student reach the finish line. Commencement season, I've said it before, it's my favorite time of the year. Like all of you, I long to be able to celebrate the occasion in person, to look out from the days and see a lengthy horizon of smiles and hear a resounding chorus of cheers and have high fives and see families together. We have needed to tweak these traditions, but make no mistake, that does not make this modified commemoration any less memorable. For more than a year now, you confronted a relentless confluence of circumstances and challenges for which none of us could have adequately prepared. From the arrival of the coronavirus and its subsequent surges, to the transition to distance learning and virtual events, and the anxiety of an economic downturn, a consequential presidential election last fall, and a renewed nationwide push for racial and social justice, you conducted yourselves fittingly, admirably, and with great purpose. For many of us, the crisis has been accompanied by personal loss. On behalf of the university, I want to offer sincere condolences to all who are grieving. And still, through all that we've been through, the sacrifices that we needed to make to protect our safety so we could begin to recover and to get to where we are today, you never stop pursuing your goals and your dreams. I hope you're able to look back and feel an incredible sense of pride, as well as a degree of optimism for the way you responded and helped your community heal. Class of 2021, I am humbled by your selflessness, by your kindness to each other. The education that you fought so hard to attain will enable you to flourish as you stepped into a world that has changed since you first arrived. But make no mistake, you are stronger for what you endure and you're ready to leave your mark in the world. We will never forget your courage and resilience. I hope you never forget CUNY, because we will always be here for you. Congratulations to you and to your families and to the entire campus community. This is your day to celebrate. You did it. All good wishes to you moving on forward, and the best of luck. Suerte y éxito.
Hello, SLU graduates. My name is Henry Garrido. I'm the Executive Director of District Council 37, the largest municipal employee union in New York City, representing 150,000 members and almost 100,000 retirees. I'm also a proud board member of this SLU Advisory Board. But today I have the distinct honor of introducing to you a pioneer, a trailblazer. Senator Andrew Stewart Cousins made history in 2019 when she became the first woman and first African-American to be elected president and majority leader of the New York State Senate. Before that, she was the first woman and first African-American woman to lead a New York State Legislative Conference. But besides their history, She has also been a champion for social justice and for progressive causes in New York. Our majority leader has overseen the passage of legislation on voting reform, gun safety, women's rights, healthcare, immigration, LGBTQ rights, the criminal justice system, and sexual harassment in the workplace. Under her leadership, the New York State Senate passed the nation's most comprehensive and aggressive climate change legislation. But more importantly, Andrea Stewart's cousin is one of us. She has been born and raised in New York, part of a working class family who went through our education system, a public educational system, who was part of the civil service system. And for that, we have a great leader among us. Let me just say that on behalf of District Council 37 members who are being deemed essential workers, we could not have a greater leader who has put our workers first and foremost. Before workers were deemed essential, she was protecting our pensions. She was fighting for our health care, and she was ensuring that we have the proper tools in the workplace. During the most horrific pandemic that this city and this state has ever seen, Senator Stewart Cousins stood up with us by ensuring those workers receive proper protections, not just PPE, but that she ensured the pressure and the legislation that we need both here locally and at the national level. So those essential workers that I represent were protected. Like I said, we couldn't have a better friend in labor. So without further ado, let me introduce to you our friend, our leader, Senator Andrea Stewart's cousin.
Thank you to my friend, the Executive Director of DC 37 and SLU Advisory Board member Henry Garrido, for the kind introduction. I also want to recognize CUNY Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez, Dean of SLU Gregory Mancios, and Chair of SLU Advisory Board Arthur Chiliotis, as well as all the educators who've helped you in your journey and kept you on track and safe over this past year. I'm thrilled to join you virtually in celebrating the accomplishment of CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies graduating class of 2021. It's an honor to speak to a student body that is wholly committed to public service and the pursuit of social justice. Today, we celebrate you and all the obstacles you've overcome to achieve this milestone in your educational careers. Despite the challenges and difficulties that we continue to face in light of the pandemic, you've pushed forward and shown you are capable and resilient. Graduating from a school that prides itself on furthering social justice, especially racial and economic justice, is very special and speaks volumes of the kind of society you want to build. And that commitment to social justice will undoubtedly bring to bear in your work as you move forward with your careers and apply what you've learned at SLU in your respective fields. As someone who's seen firsthand the power of government has to improve the lives of people, I'm heartened to know we have a generation of leaders graduating from SLU who will carry the fight for social justice and economic opportunity forward. You're graduating at a time when we need people who are dedicated to making the world a better place. You're doing just that by joining the public sector, strengthening labor unions, and putting your talents to work in the social advocacy field. We need more people to realize the power of organizing and to put into action the lessons learned in the civil rights and labor movements. We need people to make social change and dismantle systems that perpetuate racial and economic injustice and oppression. We need you. New York is the birthplace of the organized labor union, and we understand that unions were the foundation of the middle class. As the daughter of a Black unionist born and raised in New York, I'm thankful for the opportunities that our strong labor movement has provided me. Organized labor has been consistent in speaking truth to power and to fighting to bring dignity to everyday workers, their families, and their community at large. In my experience, I found a great deal of satisfaction in public service and the partnerships with our labor unions that have been instrumental in achieving so many legislative victories that have made the lives of New Yorkers better. But my journey to becoming the first woman and the first Black woman to lead a legislative body in New York was not a given. Before getting where I am today, I was like many of you. I was navigating motherhood, work, and even getting an advanced degree in public administration. In fact, after completing my undergraduate degree, I too attended CUNY for my teaching certification, thinking I would teach for the rest of my life. I had an amazing educational experience. The opportunities and flexibilities that CUNY afforded me to complete my teaching certification were essential to help me get where I thought I wanted to be. I was able to work full-time while attending classes and student teaching in the evening. As a young wife and mother living in the city of Yonkers in the 1980s, I joined the fight to help desegregate the city because I wanted a brighter future for my children. The legal fight for desegregation was happening in the courtrooms, but the coalition building with community advocates was crucial to maintain the pressure, and it ultimately led to a court decision ordering the desegregation of the city of Yonkers in the 1990s. The mayor I campaigned for won, and I was asked to join his administration to begin the hard work of desegregating our city. As part of that fight, and seeing the impact of its outcome, I said yes, because I realized the power of government. The government that instituted racist policies like redlining, and that government that denied my father, an armed forces veteran, the benefits of the GI Bill, was the same government that gave us access to an education and the means to seek justice. I didn't plan or foresee that I would be the first to take on this role. But every time I had the opportunity to walk through a door, the door that gave me access to the levers of power in government, I felt that I could really improve conditions, and I worked to do that each and every day. And what allowed me to walk through that door was education. Pursuing higher education led to empowerment, and that's why I continued to go to school at night. I finished my master's degree in 2008 while I was a senator, because I had always believed in the opportunities that are open through education and our desire to create a better future. That's not to say that education is the only thing you need. Empowerment is only crystallized by real intention and action. Education, discipline, and passion bring you the power to make the change that we need. We are the change that we seek. And the steps you are taking today, your graduation from SLU, has prepared you to play and succeed in the public sector. I hope you take the lessons you've learned and experiences you've gathered here at SLU and use them to help others in whatever community you choose to call home. We need your talent, we need your help to create policy that will move society forward. On behalf of the Senate Democratic Majority, I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today, and thank you for the impact I know you will continue to have in your communities across New York State. We need your energy and fresh ideas now more than ever, and I know you will all rise to the occasion. I look forward to your bright and successful futures. Congratulations and a job well done.
Hello, CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. This is Senator Chuck Schumer, and it's my honor to address the faculty and staff, the families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2021. Congratulations. You know, everyone says your senior year in college will be the most memorable, and for many of you, it probably has been, but certainly not in the way you've expected. With COVID affecting our nation's health, our nation's economy, and your senior year, these have been unusual and difficult times. The challenges of this moment are truly unique, but so has been our collective response. The fact that we're still celebrating this graduation and not letting COVID stand in the way, even if we're celebrating differently, just goes to show you that New Yorkers won't let anything stop us from honoring what is so important in life. And nothing can take away from the fact that you've earned a degree from such a fine institution of higher learning. We have a long way to go, but for the first time in more than a year, we can start thinking about what it'll be like to return to normal. We're beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel, thanks to safe and highly effective vaccines. They're nothing short of a medical miracle, and I'm proud to have helped lead the way in Congress by prioritizing vaccine research, production, and most of all, distribution, so that everyone who wants a vaccine can now get one. And as Senate Majority Leader, the first ever from New York, I worked hard to pass the American Rescue Plan, which is putting money in the pockets of people and small businesses who have been hurt by this crisis and helping our society recover in so many different ways. Now, I'm pushing President Biden to forgive $50,000 in student loans, a crushing burden for millions of college students around the nation. With a flick of a pen, he could wipe this debt clean and create a brighter future for so many people, including many of you. So, class of 2021, my message to you is simple. Right now, it may feel like the future's uncertain. Many of you may not be sure of what's going to happen next, but what has been true throughout history is just as true today. That even in times of difficulty, there are always new opportunities, new ways of thinking, of doing things a better way. It's natural to fear the unknown. I'm sure many of you do right now, but don't let the harshness of this past year prevent you from seizing new opportunities. They're out there. You just have to keep your eyes open to them. Don't forget, you have incredible assets, a college degree from a great institution, and loving families who will have your back through thick and thin. Our nation is overcoming this pandemic, and we need your help and your courage to rebuild our country even stronger than it was before. This past year has revealed the injustices and prejudices that persist in our society, and we just can't go back to the way things used to be. We must make our society better, and we know we will, because you are our future leaders and because we have faith in you. And so to the School of Labor and Urban Studies, I say once again, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed.
It's my pleasure to introduce our student speaker for today, Ediam Lopez. Ediam currently works for the New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development and has degrees from Farmingdale State College and John Jay. Today, she's receiving her MA in Labor Studies.
Good evening and welcome senators, faculty, staff, family members, and fellow graduates. My name is Ediam Lopez. It is my honor to be speaking before you as a proud member of the SLU graduating class of 2021. Never did I imagine that I would be a speaker at my own graduation. When presented with this opportunity, I knew I could not miss my shot. One of the things that stood out in preparing for the speech was the feeling of being called to action through my own experiences with labor injustice. When I was still in college working as a custodian, many of my coworkers were undocumented or recently incarcerated. When our paychecks bounced, I wanted to do something, but they were all so scared. Experiencing that firsthand and being a citizen was a big influence in shifting my trajectory. Once I discovered what SLU was about while working for the city as a minority business advocate, I decided that this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be working and helping workers. I started applying to more advocacy work and became a labor compliance officer. I found my purpose in advocating for worker rights. And SLU's mission called to my personal beliefs in labor advocacy. Thank you to the SLU faculty, advisors, and staff for your continued support and motivation, as well as granting paper deadline extensions. I want to thank DC 37 Union Local 371 for awarding me the Charles Ensley Scholarship that allowed me to seize the opportunity to go back to school. Thank you to my mother for her eternal love and encouragement, and to my fiance and our children for showering me with love and patience throughout this academic journey. There is so much vision and purpose among our SLU community. I am proud to be a part of its beginning history. In a time filled with various and ever-changing challenges, I ask that you reflect on your journey, and may you continue to see the power in your actions and our collective voice. Congratulations to you all, and let's remember not to miss our shot. Thank you.
Now we'd like to introduce the Salutatorian of this year's graduating class, Kofi Bentham. Kofi is receiving his BA in Urban and Community Studies. Congratulations, Kofi.
Friends, family, graduates, welcome. My name is Kofi Bentham. As Salutatorian, I am proof that taking every opportunity that comes your way can overcome whatever obstacles are put in our path. My strides for a better life go back to 1990 when I was barely 12 years old. My parents and 6 siblings fled a brutal civil war in the West African nation of Liberia. We lived as refugees in the Ivory Coast before moving on to Ghana. Growing up in the small fishing town of Komenda without electricity, potable water, and very little to eat was challenging. Against the odds, I made it through school. I got a job and started a family of my own. Today, raising my 2 teenage children brings me the most joy in life. I want to give them opportunities I never had. SLU was an opportunity that helped me to find my purpose and to commit to a lifetime of public service. My fellow graduates, I'm asking you to find your opportunities. SLU has gifted you the platform and equipped you with the needed skills to pursue your purpose. This last year, I was recovering from COVID-19. And this fall, I'll be attending the Austin W. Mack School of Public and International Affairs at Baruch College. Every time you hear no, find a way to yes. Do not let no be the end of the road. Like road signs in life, let no direct you to better opportunities. I'd like to thank the faculty and staff of SLU who helped me on this journey, my friends Erin Chavez and Violeta, my brother Governor Bentum, my life partner Nanama Bentum, my daughter Joanna Mamisi Bentum, and my son Kofi Bentum, my brothers and sisters, my mom and my dad, all back in Ghana. Thank you all for the support. Thank you for the love and encouragement. Thank you.
Our valedictorian this year is Justin Sanchez. Justin is one of the co-chairs of the SLU Student Union and is receiving his BA in Urban and Community Studies. Congratulations.
Howdy, my name is Justin Sanchez, and I am proud to be both the valedictorian of the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies graduating class of 2021 and one of the inaugural chairs of the SLU Student Union. To all of the graduates this year, to the professors, administrators, family, and friends who guided us along the way, we did it. Lo logramos. Nous les avons fait. I first started college as a closeted 18-year-old boy, afraid to live in my truth or confront the realities of the world around me. It wasn't until 25 that I finally had my wake-up call when the most important person in my life passed away. Carmen Margarita Rodriguez Sanchez was my grandmother, and she's the reason I sit here today. At the age of 16, she immigrated to the United States from the Dominican Republic in search of the promise of opportunity. I am the realization of that dream. SLU has armed us with the tools and the know-how to stand up and fight back. Alongside our professors as they fought for fair contracts, and alongside our students as we fought for more equitable CUNY. I'm no longer that scared, closeted 18-year-old boy, but now I sit before you a bold, unapologetic gay 29-year-old man. Our journey together has not been easy, but to quote one of my personal political heroines, nevertheless, we persisted. We must continue to break down the barriers placed in front of us, and in the face of adversity, we must never stop pushing forward. Palante. Congratulations to my fellow graduates at the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, or the Hogwarts of the left, as I like to call it, and to my family and friends, especially you, Squish. This is for you. Thank you.
Now it's my honor to present this year's Distinguished Alumni Award. This award is given to alumni who embody the mission of the school, which calls for social justice and equity for all. This year's Distinguished Alumni Award goes to Liam Lynch from the SLU graduating class of 2015. Liam received an MA and an advanced certificate in labor studies from SLU and currently works as a safety and health specialist with the New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health, a nonprofit that defends the right to a healthy workplace. Congratulations, Liam.
Hey guys, good day to you all. This is Liam Lynch, a proud graduate of SLU/the Murphy Institute, class of 2015 from the Master of Labor Studies program. So wonderful to be here. What a true honor. I started at SLU in the Union Semester program, interning for a local of DC 37, SSCU Local 371, representing the city's social service employees. I had the opportunity to work within their safety and health department and later worked for the council's safety and health department, which landed me where I am today with a nonprofit that is part of the labor movement, New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health, NICOSH. It's made of unions and worker organizations fighting for safer jobs And let me tell you, SLU gave me the skills, the connections, the confidence to work in a movement that defines my life purpose, advocating for worker justice. It's about creating a more just world where we can make a living for our families and our communities and get home from work in the same shape or maybe even better shape than we arrived. It's about empowering one another to fight the many forms of oppression that we face in today's society. The labor movement, to me, is really about hope. It's the hope that together we can create a better tomorrow, one that works not just for the rich, but for the rest of us, right? I've been lucky enough to keep in touch with this amazing community at SLU that strives for that every day. Keep in touch, y'all. Congrats on your hard work. This is just the start. The road ahead isn't going to be easy, but I promise you that together it's going to be worth it. Much love. Peace.
It's now my honor to present the first ever Dean Service Award. This award recognizes a member of SLU staff or faculty for exceptional service to the school, its mission, and its students. I am proud to announce that the 2021 Dean Service Award goes to June Cumberbatch, Senior Academic Advisor for the BA program in Urban and Community Studies. June's service to the school in recruiting, admissions, and advising spans more than 25 years. She has been a dedicated advocate for all students who have passed through our doors. First, when we were at Queens College, then at SPS, and now at SLU. As an advisor, June found her true passion. She spent countless hours nurturing, mentoring, and empowering hundreds of students, keeping them on track towards graduation. June also served ably as a liaison to faculty who taught in the program and on various school-wide committees, including the Academic Governing Council, the Curriculum Committee, and the Undergraduate Admissions Committee, among others. Along the way, June herself earned an undergraduate degree and a master's degree in urban studies while working full-time. Something that only added to her understanding and empathy for SLU students. She has inspired them and all of us at SLU with her compassion, her thoughtfulness, her tireless advocacy and support for SLU's mission and her unique contributions to the vibrancy of the SLU community. On a personal note, I want to say June and I have worked together for more than 2 decades, and we've seen a lot of changes together. One thing, however, that has never changed has been her compassion and commitment to students. I know this because so many have told me, both privately and publicly, sometimes in events just like this at graduation. When students have had doubts about their abilities to succeed, she would say to them, "You will not fail because I won't let you fail." Well, June, because of you, hundreds of students have not failed, but instead have succeeded and achieved their personal and academic goals. We at SLU thank you for your commitment to our school and your dedicated service, and we wish you all the best in your well-deserved retirement. Congratulations and best of luck. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Gladys Palma de Schreinemakers, and it is my honor to serve as the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs for the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies. And now it is the moment that we have been waiting for all evening long. It is the moment when we celebrate the 2021 graduates for the School of Labor and Urban Studies. Please join me now in celebrating their success. Asia Rodriguez, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Allison Blanchette, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Ann Lowe, Masters of Arts in Urban Studies. Amadi Jackman, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Amika Benjamin, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Anayeli Gomez, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Andrew Riggio, Advanced Certificate in Community Leadership. Anicia Foreman, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Anna Rivera, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Annette Brown, Certificate in Labor Relations. Aisha Garies, Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Barbara Harris, Certificate in Labor Relations. Bernadette Anderson, Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Phoebe Braid, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Brian Florentin, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Ryan Wigfall, Bachelor of Arts in Urban and Community Studies. Teresa Ogletree, Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Chantel Atarian, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Deborah Alves, Advanced Certificate in Community Leadership. Denise D. Baker, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Ephigenia Demopoulos, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Elaine Blair, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Elliot Colbert, Certificate in Labor Relations, Certificate in Labor Studies. Emily Carter, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Ariam Lopez, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Ava Sharma Mulaja, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Evelyn Lucero, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Fitzroy Searles, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Haley Schaefer, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Heather Logan, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Ivy Lowe, Advanced Certificate in Community Leadership. Janice Kong, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Carl Cooper, Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Herwin Simon, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Kianda President, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Latoya Carter, Certificate in Labor Studies. Lawrence Ben, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Lizette Ruiz, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Margaret Simon, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Marie Jeremy, Certificate in Labor Relations. Marie Lodescar Francois, Certificate in Labor Relations. Marisol Bravo, Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Maya Garcia Fisher, Advanced Certificate in Labor Studies. Megan Wright, Certificate in Labor Relations. Melissa Falcon, Master of Arts in Urban Studies, Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy. Michelle Ashampong, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Nicole Myers, Certificate in Community Leadership. Nicole Sampson, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Nicole Smith, Certificate in Labor Studies. Oscar Molina, Advanced Certificate in Healthcare Policy and Administration. Rashawn Donovan, Certificate in Community Leadership. Robert Hardman, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Robert Johnson, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Rochelle Ramsey, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Sean Ghazala, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Stephen Calanzani, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Tiffany Louis, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Tracy Rogers, Master of Arts in Urban Studies. Travis Sanderson, Advanced Certificate in Labor Studies. Steering Lama, Master of Arts in Labor Studies. Tyrone Abney, Bachelor of Arts in Urban and Community Studies. Yendi Jordan, Certificate in Labor Relations.
Advanced Certificate in Community Leadership, Amber Wilds. Camila Salvador Shana'a, Emily Dubin. Ava McGill, Jaleel Parchment. Kayla Lopez. Kelsey Head. Marie Amy Burnett. Matthew Lyon. Najesti Ford Roan. Renja Huang. Advanced Certificate in Labor Relations. Glenn Guild. Jessica Fitzgibbon. Matthew Bruner. Nevadita Kumar. Advanced Certificate in Healthcare Policy and Administration. Jasmine Tillman. Marcia Smart. Advanced Certificate in Labor Studies. Alana Salwin. An Lee. Blarina Hoti. Christopher Mejia. Christopher Watkins. Dana Steer. Francis King. Hallam Potts. Halsey Hazard. Jay Hearn. Jordan Reisman. Matthew Leichinger, River Wasserman, Sean Tomlinson, Silva Kapinga, Veronica Little. Advanced Certificate in Public Administration and Public Policy, Adrian Polling, Antonia Kerr, Ari Innes, Candice Reyes D'Andrea, Denise Jones, James Biles, Katrina Owens, Kaylee Madormo, Lisa Jones, Sarah Watson. Certificate in Community Leadership, Andrea Hidalgo, Cynthia Johnson, Joseph Bunn, Luke Slomba, Shameen Chappelle, Tiffany Santos. Certificate in Healthcare Policy and Administration, Allison Pounds, Christina Diaz, Jacqueline Ingracia, Samantha Reynolds. Bachelor of Arts and Urban and Community Studies, Dana Canada, Gemma Rossi, Justin Sanchez, Kofi Bentham. Certificate in Labor Studies, Jasmine Perez, Max Beanstalk. Certificate in Labor Relations, Chelsea Usherwood, Gabriel Guild, Jillian Walcher, Julie Lacey, LaShawn Almodovar, Parameshwari Maragatham, Powell Sostak, Stephanie Rojas, Stephen Williams, Thomas Blocker, Master of Arts in Labor Studies, Alexa Sassano, Anshu Kadka, Arietta Rama, Bianca Vargas, Bradley Kolb, Emmanuel Pardilla, Frank DeJesus, Cangela Moore, Catherine Pimentel Tavares, Lauren Antonelli, Rosario Roman, Samuel Connect, Stephanie Lawal, Thomas Nagel, Tony Totten, Master of Arts in Urban Studies, Amina Sirar, Antigua Middleton, Christopher Manjero, Daryl Innes, Heidelise Pena, John Head, Jeffrey Suttles, Jennifer Stanback, Lisa Rumcharan Campbell, Stan Sorokin.
Congratulations, 2021 graduates. You have all exceeded our expectations. We thank your family and loved ones for sharing with us what is most precious to them. Our deans, faculty, and staff are so delighted to have been part of your story. Now go change the world. We need your leadership.
To all the graduates of the CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, congratulations. And to all of you who have joined us to celebrate them, thank you. We're happy to recognize the accomplishments of the graduating class of 2021 and to recognize the support they've received from family, friends, faculty, staff, and administrators. And shortly after this broadcast, SLU will be hosting a special Zoom celebration for our graduates. We hope to see you there. For CUNYTV, I'm Tina Beth Pena. Stay safe and take care.